All right, everybody, we got a good one for you on Top 5 tonight. We can't believe we've never done this. We're doing our Top 5 TV shows of all time.
Welcome to Top 5 with Joey Cassata. Starring Joey Cassata.
Team Jesus, my friend. No! Am I walking around, Park?
Co-starring Ernie Palooza. And the Doctor, Tommy Snyder.
Goddamn.
Now here's your host, Joey Cassata.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Top 5. I'm your host, Joey Cassata.
And I'm 11.
And of course, back, the whole band is back together, baby. We got joining us, the Doctor, otherwise known as the Monster, Tom Snyder. What's up, Doc?
What's up, boys and girls?
We've been on a little hiatus. We are back. This show is going to be through the roof. Not only do we have an incredible topic, but Doctor, you've been away. So like I said, we haven't been in touch that much, but Ernest and I have been in touch, even in person, touching in person. And
Bubble Boy.
oh yes, he came out. He came out of his house, came over. I invited him and the whole family over 4th of July weekend. It was a marvelous, marvelous day, right, Ernie? Did it start marvelous?
It was lovely.
Wait a minute. Hold on. It can't be a marvelous day completely if you say it started off marvelous. Where's this going?
Oh, we're getting there. So we started off, we had a beautiful day. Family came over, everyone's swimming in the pool. We're relaxing out in the backyard. I'm making food for everybody. Ernie's having a couple drinks. I even posted a picture of us online, reuniting and feeling so good about it. And it was a great day. All of a sudden. So this story that you guys are about to hear. I know many people have heard the applesauce story before. If you haven't, go back. I forget what I think we probably covered it in a couple of our episodes. But if you haven't, it's in one of our old episodes. I don't remember which one. But this one maybe is worse than applesauce, Ernie. What do you think? Close?
My memory of applesauce is so long ago, I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, this one's worse for me. That's for sure. Okay.
Absolutely.
So around 6:30, Ernie starts to get a little rumble in his tummy. And you, Doc, you know better than anyone. If Ernie's got to go to the bathroom, it's not good for everybody. He can't function properly. Am I right? If he thinks he's got to go to the bathroom.
This is correct. It's like water breaking for a pregnant woman.
Perfectly said. Because the ambulance should have been on the way shortly after, and we didn't call the ambulance, and we should have. So Ernie starts to have pain in his belly, runs to the bathroom.
In the belly?
Ernie, what happened?
I got all over the place.
Little diarrhea, right? Little from the back end.
I was cleaning it off your walls at one time.
Oh, God. Well, that's not an exaggeration for what's coming in a little while. Hold on. So he has diarrhea. We don't think anything of it. It's Ernie, right? Now, you know as well as I do. What does Ernie travel with when he usually?
Question. What walls? Living room walls?
Well, hold on.
Did you make it?
Oh, we're gonna get there. Trust me.
All right.
We're gonna get there.
Please, do tell.
My fingernails are still dirty.
Oh.
So I don't even know if you know this, Doc. Do you know what Ernie travels with when he goes on any excursion away from his house that's further than 20 minutes? Do you know what he has in his car with him?
A pork?
Well, that would be way too easy.
Okay.
He actually has, and this is not a joke, I've seen it and I helped him build it, a pop-up porta potty. It's literally a tent that goes, whoop, it pops up the tent with a bucket, some toilet paper, just in case he can't make it to where he's going. And we know that's happened many a times.
It's happened to all of us, and I'm like kind of, Ernie, where do I get one? I like that. I have a 2-hour drive into Manhattan. I mean, that's nice.
I'll send you the information.
No, but you know what? Maybe we start licensing them. We'd make top 5 portable porta potties. Top 5 portable porta potties.
You'd see me driving on the highway, passing my car. You see the tent go off behind the seat. Like I wouldn't even get out. Just shit in the seat.
Well, Ernie always has this because he can't function. How many times do we try to leave the Hamptons in the morning, Doctor, after a long weekend where Ernie runs back? Oh, where's Ernie? Oh, I just gotta make fuel. I don't have to go. I gotta make fuel. Runs back in.
Before every show at Playground, you had to take a shit. Yeah,
always.
It's always.
He can't leave the house. So as soon as he goes once, diarrhea once, it's about 6:30. He comes out of the bathroom. Oh, he sits on my couch like this. Oh, I can't go home tonight. I gotta stay here. I said, what?
What?
I said, Ernie, are you okay? Oh, I'll never make it home.
How far away are we talking?
Well, he's at my house. He's an hour away. He lives in Brooklyn. I'm in Jersey. He's an hour away. So listen, I get it. At that moment, he doesn't want to leave. It's 6:30. You don't make that call around 11:30 maybe. You know, when do you make that call that he can't leave the house?
Right.
Am I crazy?
No.
You know what I mean? So he makes the call 6:30. He's not leaving. Now he knows, and Colleen knows, and his kids know.
Could you imagine if he ran an airlines? Like the captain just come out of the cockpit and go, yeah, everyone, we're not going anywhere. We're just not going.
I'm not leaving. Right, so he makes the call that he can't leave my house around 6:30. So his wife and kids are like, oh, we're leaving. What are you talking about? I can't make it. I'll never make it. So he panics. He can't make it. He's burping now.
I figured when Ernie said that, you heard the tires screeching in the background at the same time. Taking off.
No, but they know as well as we know. He's nuts. He thinks he's sick all the time. He forced that doctor to put a cast on him that time, you know. So we probably think he's got nothing. His wife and kids are like, oh, all right, if you want to stay here, we're leaving.
Where this is going.
You know, they stayed until, what time did they leave, Ern? About 11?
Yeah.
6:35.
So I set up Ernie. He doesn't want to. I have an extra room with a bed and stuff. He didn't want to lay in there. He didn't want to lay anywhere. He wanted to lay on the couch. Couldn't lay down. Mm-hmm. Now he's also complaining. I have like reclining couches. He's reclining. Every time he goes back to recline, he's screaming, "Ooh, bad cramps, cramps!" His toes are cramping up like this. I got my toes. Help! I said, Ernie, I'm not rubbing your feet. I'm not doing it. Now I'm left alone with him. I begged his wife, don't leave me here with him. She left anyway. He's screaming. He's got toe cramps, and he's running in and out of the bathroom to shit. Okay? I say, that's it. I'm going upstairs. You're okay. The bathroom's there. There's water. There's anything you need. You have the run of the house. Do whatever you need. I'm going to bed. Kids are upstairs, ready for bed. I'm tucking everyone in. Wife is upstairs. We're going to bed.
Ernie, you do what you got to do. Here's the keys to the house. Lock up when you're done. Well, me and your family, we're going to go to a local hotel. Okay?
Here we go. Yeah.
All right. So this is about the time where the house almost went up for sale.
Oh, boy.
So I go up. Within 2 minutes that I walk upstairs, I hear one of the worst sounds I've ever heard in the history of my life. The only thing that I can compare it to is wild pigs being slaughtered.
Oh boy.
This is what I hear. Squeals. You couldn't believe squeals and splatters. Squeals and splatters. That's what I hear. everywhere. I run downstairs. My dog runs downstairs. He runs in the backyard, scratching on the basement door. He's got to get out of there. The wife runs right out of the house. She runs out of the house, and my kids are hovering like Linda Blair in The Exorcist at the end of the bed, like this, shaking. Okay, I run down. Ernie is projectile vomiting all over my bathroom. Never makes it anywhere near a toilet. It's everywhere. It's like in the movie Fatso when they get the spaghetti on the ceiling. How did they get spaghetti on the ceiling? Ernie got it everywhere. And it's everywhere. And now he's settled in my sink, shooting vomit into my sink. The sink is filling up like this. And I'm screaming, get to the toilet, get to the toilet. I need help. He's screaming, I need help. Okay? There's red chunks of vomit all over my white bathroom. This high off the door, just hitting the floor and splattering up the walls everywhere. Okay? Screaming, he needs help. I throw him into the bathroom. He finally finishes up in the bowl. What do? My wife and the dog are outside. They're screaming. The kids are upstairs shivering with pure terror and fear. And Colleen and his kids are home sleeping, comfy.
Well, they ain't stupid.
I'm here with the Amityville Horror Massacre.
The phone's off the hook too, by the way. But it's sleeping.
Yeah, so he goes. I said, as soon as he's finished the first round, I said, Ernie, clean up a little. Go inside. I got this. No, he starts screaming at me. No, you can't. Don't touch it. I'll get my wife to come clean it in the morning. I said, what? I said, Ernie, we can't leave this here. It's going to be like cement in the morning. Can't leave this here overnight. And I'll be chiseling it off my walls. Meanwhile, Madeline's in the front lawn with the for sale sign. She's like, okay, either we're selling it or I see with lighter fluid. Let's burn it. Burn the whole house. Burn the house. We're not going back in. Okay.
Oh,
So,
burn it down. Build up again.
Well, we can't. Well, it's like Eddie Murphy in Delirious. Oh, baby, isn't this place great? Isn't this place great? Get out. Oh, sorry, we can't stay, baby. Literally, we almost had to move. It was that bad. So I proceed to put on gloves and 7 masks and hazmat suits. And
why don't we just make this episode the 5 stages? Top 5 stages of Ernie throwing up.
No, there was only one stage. It went from 0 to 2,000 immediately. There was no middle stages.
I was so sick this week. I was so sick this whole week.
I cleaned up the whole bathroom.
You had it coming out of your ass and your mouth.
I was throwing up backwards.
Oh, out of your ass at Joey's house?
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
Diarrhea. It was terrible.
Oh, well, was it throw up? It was diarrhea?
No, throw up and throw up this time and diarrhea other times. Yes, both. I didn't clean diarrhea. I only cleaned throw up. The diarrhea at least went in the bowl.
Oh.
So I'm literally scooping. I give Ernie a cup. We're scooping the chunks out of the sink.
Yeah.
And because we can't. There's nothing. Water's not going down. There's chunks of food in the sink. And we have forks. We're picking the food out of the drain with forks, putting it back in the cup. Oh, it was
sounds delish. Sounds delish.
Oh God, it was one of the worst experiences of my life.
I finally get everything cleaned.
Joey, how do you feel about that?
Here, look, still red.
Joey, was it one of the worst experiences of your life? Too?
It was not one of the worst.
I got to tell a story about it.
Go ahead.
I was on your bowl for a while, and your plumbing started making the worst, scariest sounds, and so I started standing up, looking like, oh my God, what did I break? And I'm looking at your toilet. It's making the worst sounds, and then I realized it was actually my belly.
Oh, is that really true?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Ernie, your experience could be compared to like Evil Dead 2.
Tom,
when the guy's in the house and everything's like
absolutely
playing with his head. Like what? Oh my God. How much beer did you have?
2 beers.
2 beers.
The beer had nothing to do with it. Yeah, I was really sick. Hey, you want me to tell you how sick? Yeah, I got proof. I lost almost 20 pounds in 3 days. So
He's
I
serious.
I should have went to the hospital, I think, this week.
Well, that's what happens when you forget to take a cork out of your ass. What
So-
did you find out what it was?
It's not a stomach flu.
Oh, bullshit.
He ate all the same stuff.
I haven't heard of stomach flu since I was a kid.
So there's a rumor has it. Okay, so he ate at my house. He ate all the same stuff we all ate. So it's nothing that he ate at my house. But rumor has it, and tell me if this rumor is true, Ernie. You know when you get a catering tray, doctor, like the regular trays, you know, a regular size, but then the catering trays are like those big trays.
Mhm.
Ernie, is it true that you ate a full catering tray of what? The night before and the morning of? Tell me.
I don't know. What are we talking about?
Colleen said you ate a full catering tray of something the night before, and then the morning that you guys came to my house, you finished it off. The whole tray, she said you ate. Did you
Of
black it
course.
out? I don't know.
No,
Well, we just happen to have Colleen on the line right now. Colleen,
Hold on.
are
Let me
you
phone
there?
a friend here. Hold on.
no, I know it was a stomach flu because it was contagious in my house.
Oh, so the kids did get it?
Yeah. We've had a terrible
Or
had a
did
nightmare
they think they got it because
Well,
this is the way
right.
you pass down this mental illness from your mother to you, to your kids.
So this was my wonderful. Speaking of fireworks, these fireworks that went off in my house that night. Macy's had nothing on the Cassata house 4th of July weekend, baby. This was the worst nightmare you could ever imagine. He's screaming, I need help. Okay. I finally get all the vomit cleaned up. I give him new clothes to wear. Okay. I don't know, Ernie, tell me, why did you have 2 pairs of underwear? Did you have 2 pairs on?
Yeah, that's the extra safety. That's
He
smart.
wears 2, ready for this? Okay. He has 2 pairs of underwear on. They're sitting in my my bathroom floor. And he said, oh, these are no good no more. They're no good. Do you have any extra underwear? I said, what do you mean they're no good? Oh, they're dirty.
What are they, coffee filters? What do you mean no good?
And why are they off on my bathroom floor?
They it was time to put a new pair on. That's why.
Oh, but hold on. Who picked them up to throw them away?
I wasn't gonna touch them.
Okay. Are you listening? He left his 2 shitty pairs of underwear on the floor, and I had to pick that up. I might as well just scoop the vomit up with them, like this. Made one big soup.
That would have been smart.
Snops.
So I tell him, Ernie, don't worry about underwear. Just wear my sweatpants. He goes, no, I need at least one extra layer of protection.
I was gonna die that night. I was gonna die.
Yep. I want everyone to know what we haven't been celebrating and partying since our time off together. This is the nightmare that I've been going through. It's taken me a week of therapy to recover. I'm finally back. We've just started to enter that bathroom again. We had an exorcist come in. She said the house is clean. This house is clean.
The crime scene tapes are being brought down finally.
Go to the toilet. Go to the
Carolyn!
toilet. Go to the toilet, Ernie.
You know, there was a time where I was actually thinking of finding an abandoned house or something, just so I could have like my own bathroom. I was like gonna sneak in. I guess that's why they're called squatters.
I was coming home. I was on in Newark, New Jersey at 4 o'clock in the morning. I had to go, and I almost shit myself. And I didn't know the area, so I got off 280 in Newark, and I'm driving around. I mean, I was going to drop my drawers right at a bus stop, right in front of people, and I came across this church.
Oh no!
And I parked behind this dark church in this parking lot, and I dropped my drawers. And man, did I go. And I said, you know what's funny? No one knows I'm here. And if something happens to me right now, so let's be wondering what kind of life did I live that I was found behind some church at 4 o'clock in the morning with my pants around my ankles. You know, I'm sitting there shit and I'm going, this would be a hell of a fucking story. Something happens to me right now.
Not only
But
that,
yeah,
I
I
think
like that tent thing, Ernie. I like that tent thing.
this
Or-
explains a lot. You basically shit on church property.
Listen, it was the only private. Listen, people in that town don't go to church, obviously.
Anyway, so I didn't want to take up the whole show with this wonderful story, but I just wanted everyone to know the friendship has really been bonded now.
It was strained a little bit.
We've
There was a little bit of a strain put on the relationship. A little bit of a strain,
only one way.
but it didn't break. It just strained it a little.
Oh, it bent a lot.
You bend but never break. That's what we do.
So we're back after my week of therapy. We're back. We're finally back for a new episode. We got the team back together. We're going to do our top 5 TV shows of all time. I can't believe we've never done this. We've done like things like this, like 80s action and all that stuff. But let's do top 5 TV shows. No sitcoms allowed. No sitcoms. Top 5 TV shows. Everyone's good?
Define sitcom.
No sitcoms.
Define.
Sitcoms is a situational comedy. I consider sitcoms those half-hour comedy shows. Hour shows to me are all good. I can't think of an hour sitcom that I would say would be off the table. Ernie, can you?
I'm checking my list real quick. I think when I think of sitcom, I think that every week it comes on, you're looking at the same spot, the same environment. It's always the same room or the same apartment.
The definition of it was same characters carrying on, not the same plot, but the same characters, the same.
No, a situational comedy is that, but that's the textbook definition. Situation comedies are usually they're filmed on a 3-camera shoot. You got the 3 cameras in your studio. It's filmed in studio audience. You know, it's Seinfeld, it's I Love Lucy, it's the Brady Bunch, it's all this, these situational comedies.
They all fell under TV shows, but go ahead.
No, but there's sitcoms. You know what a sitcom is. Don't give me the definition of a sitcom.
I didn't have much time. I was having dinner with the wife.
Oh yeah, why don't you tell us a little story on how you got to be on this free tonight on this episode? Where are you tonight, Doctor?
I'm in Ocean City, Maryland, and been here since Friday, and it rained. We came here Thursday night. Rained all day Saturday, so my mother-in-law, instead of yelling at me, "I'll swallow your soul," said he was going to pick up tonight's bill if we stayed another night. So that's what we did. So we were over at dinner, and I was exhausted. I've been in the waves for 3 days with the kids, holding them up through the waves, diving under the waves, throwing them out through the whole thing. And we're at dinner, and I just didn't feel like going to boardwalk. I said, "I'm done. I'm going back to the room." Now, I forgot that I was supposed to be home tonight with you guys and a softball game earlier. And I completely forgot. So as I'm telling her, yeah, I'm going to just go back to the room and get some sleep. I'm not feeling up to doing the walk. And all of a sudden it comes over. I go, podcast. My wife goes, "Excuse me." I go, I was supposed to be home for a podcast. So I'm just going to go home and do a podcast. So I'm at the hotel room doing a podcast, and the grandmom and my wife and the kids are out walking the boardwalk right now. So I'm here.
I love it.
You said podcast. I think you meant poopcast.
Oh God! Don't mention the word poop to me, Ernie, please. Oh, I hate you. I really hate your guts, Ernie.
I love
really
a man
do.
who can make fun of himself.
You guys give me no choice here.
And then to tie the two stories together, later in the night when I give him like medicine to take, he takes it, swallows it, boom. I said, "Ernie, you could just take pills now? No more applesauce?" "Oh, no more applesauce." He just takes pills now.
Yeah, no, he probably took a pill and then you can just take pills now. No, I can't. Why did I?
All right, let's start this up. Come on, doctor, you lead the way.
All right. So I had to cross off All in the Family.
Yes, that's a sitcom.
I know. But you said TV shows.
Yes, TV shows, no sitcoms.
He still says shows. Okay, here we go. All right, so I didn't have much time to put this together. So I'm going to go back to, I didn't really watch that many TV shows growing up. I was like when my parents moved to Pennsylvania, we went in the band thing, and I was always outside doing something. I was never in the house anymore. So, but growing up, All right. Growing up, Monty Python's Flying Circus. Love it. Love it. Love it.
I don't know anything about this. This is a TV show?
Yes, it was on Channel 13. Public, was it Public TV? Ernie, what was that?
Public broadcasting station, maybe?
Channel,
Right,
the
public
channel
broadcast.
nobody watched, right?
Right, it was on Channel 13 late at night, like around, I think, 12 at night after the Yankee game. So a lot of good shows came on after the Yankee game. You know, Benny Hill, Star Trek, Flying Circus, Lucha Libre, Channel 47.
Yeah, of course.
There was a lot of good stuff that happened late at night. So, but Monty Python, Flying Circus. That's why I wish Billy was here. Ernie knows, because there's some just abstract humor in and out that would leave you scratching your head, going like, "What the hell did I just see?" Like a guy just falling out of a chair and going, "More, I just fell out of my chair," and then also never go to another scene, and they never go back to it. And you're going, "What the f- is that?"
I don't know this. I've never seen this.
Really? Well, Monty Python. It's just
Yeah.
it's hard to explain. I mean, how do you explain Monty Python besides dry slapstick humor?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot. I mean, but if anyone's never seen it, try Holy Grail. That's a good one to start with.
Yeah, and you used to watch this?
Oh yeah. Try to imagine Saturday Night Live, but funny.
But was it like that? It was more like a sketch thing?
Yeah.
Quick sketches.
Right,
Like they
right.
didn't spend a lot of time like in and out. Like they were like one of my favorite sketches on that show, Ernie. Thank you, Ernie, because they have this box who's training for this big fight, and they're rolling alongside him in the street. He's running like Rocky, and he's swinging, and it's John Cleese. John Cleese is like 6'6", if you don't know John Cleese, but and he's going like this, and all of a sudden, there's a double parked car, and the guy just stops. He doesn't know how to go around it. Like he's not too intelligent. The box, he just stops and just looks around like this. He doesn't know what to do. So fight night happens, and they're interviewing him and everything. Like fight night happens. He's squaring off against a little girl in a Sunday dress, and the little girl's like 6 years old, 7 years old. So you're watching it, and you're going, okay. In American comedy, she's going to beat the shit out of him. That's
Right.
just the atypical crap that we
Right, sure.
with American comedy. But you throw the British spin on it. He runs out to the dead center and cold cocks her right on the floor, and she gets up and he keeps knocking her on the floor, standing over her. And it's the funniest thing you've ever seen.
You're right.
Now,
That wouldn't
people
be.
in
You're so
England-
right. That would never happen on an American show.
Right. People in England are like, yeah, right. We know what's going to happen here, you know. But yeah, exactly. English sense humor, but it's great. Like this little, it's awesome.
All right, good start, Ernie. What do you got?
Okay, my number 5, Twilight Zone.
Oh shit, Ernie. I think me and you are gonna have a lot of the same shows.
Yeah, I mean, it stopped me from going out on New Year's Eve. I stopped going out to the bars on New Year's Eve because of the show. It's you know, as I keep coming back to it. Every time a kid of mine gets to a certain age, I got to go back and start watching them all over again.
It's a good one. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
I mean, I hate to say it. That's my number 5 as well, Ernie. So we can just talk about it together as the same pick. What a great show! I mean, I still find episodes that I've never seen. I don't even know how it's possible that there are still episodes that I haven't seen out there that when I watched them, I go, oh my God, what a great episode. It's just a great show. The intelligence levels of just watching this show and the thought that went into it. Now, did Rod Sterling write these as well, or did he just produce them? What's Rod Sterling's involvement with the Twilight Zone exactly?
I believe he wrote many of them, but a lot of them were short stories from before that.
Right.
I like that we're doing this together because we do everything together nowadays.
Well, there are a lot of your bodily fluids on me right now. Still, your DNA is all over my house.
Sharing is caring.
Oh, Lord. I can't stand you. I really can't. Thank God you have no dairy in your system, or it would have been much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go. It's funny, Ernie. I know I think we might even have all five, maybe four of this. We might have four of the same ones, but I'm not gonna change. I can't change my picks.
What was the other show that came out? The Outer Limits.
Outer Limits, yeah.
Was that along the same line?
Oh yeah.
Almost the exact same concept, but those were an hour, right, Ern?
I don't know.
I don't remember. And then you had Amazing Stories.
Amazing
Remember
Stories
that?
was
I
later,
remember
right?
the one.
Amazing Stories was in the 80s, right?
And that was Spielberg.
Yeah.
Late 80s. Yeah.
That was great.
Meet the Misters.
And then there was even something called Freddy's Nightmare. You ever see that? It was like Freddy
Yeah, I remember
Krueger,
that.
little shorts, same type of deal. I mean, listen, nothing beats the original Twilight Zone. I'm not sure why the Outer Limits never gets its due. You never see repeats of it. There's definitely no Outer Limits marathons on like the Twilight Zones, but I don't know the Outer Limits as well as the Twilight Zones. You guys know
Yeah,
them?
I don't even remember. No, I can't even tell you. But I just remember there being another show. I can't even tell you.
Yeah, I couldn't recite one episode where Twilight's I could recite probably 100 of them.
When was Twilight Zone on again?
50s, right, Ern? Mid 50s?
No.
Very
what was the
late
time?
50s when it first came out.
Late 50s?
No, what was the time? What time of night? When the hell was that on?
Well,
Oh, I
for
mean-
us, we're talking about Channel 11, like midnight or something.
Midnight, yeah, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I remember.
But again,
something.
I don't know when it first aired. I have no idea. But right, the reruns when I watched them in the early 80s, mid 80s, they would be on after midnight, maybe even 12:30 or 1 even sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Something weird like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's moving quick. Mine's same as yours, Ern. Doctor, we're back to you. Number 4.
Oh, so you're gonna use Twilight Zone as yours?
Yeah, I don't want to, I mean, I have a million honorable mentions, but I can't change my top 5 TV shows of all time. These are them.
All right, I'm going to throw one out here that me and my wife loved, and it's one of the very few shows in my life that I actually stayed completely. I couldn't wait. The Amish Mafia.
This is not. Is it a real show?
That's the name of the show.
No, it's not.
Amish Mafia. It's taking place in Lancaster. I'm not kidding. Not kidding.
Shut up.
I'm not kidding.
Am I going to write this down? Really?
Listen, it aired from 2012 to 2015. It's up there with Squatch, Bigfoot, and Search of Bigfoot, and but this was a reality series on the Amish Mafia and this guy called Lebanon Levi. And
Oh, come on.
you have to. I can't. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it.
This is your 4th favorite TV show of all time. That's what you're telling me.
I was into it for 3 years, and like I said, I was never like I liked All My Children, like a soap opera, Dynasty, but that doesn't fall into a TV show.
Yeah, of course it does. No, Dynasty is a TV show, of course.
Yeah, but that's like a sitcom. It follows. It's the same.
No,
character.
it's not a sitcom is short for situation comedy. Dynasty is 100% a regular TV show. Yes.
All right, so scratch that. All My Children was one of my picks.
I'm keeping the Amish Mafia, you moron. Oh,
Lebanon Levi. Judge, police, judge, and jury. You had to see this show. It was the worst produced shit you've ever seen. It was great.
I can safely say I don't think we're gonna have any matches tonight.
You guys have to look it up. I'm telling you, won't be disappointed.
Oh, the audience just saw a clip of it because I just put it in. So I'm curious to hear what they think of Lebanon Levi.
He's great. All right, anyway.
Come on, Ernie, you're about to take another one of mine. What do you got?
But I wanted to say something about Dynasty. There's another great thing about Dynasty. It's got the song Magic Touch on it.
What Magic Touch?
On Dynasty.
Oh, that's Kiss Dynasty. That's not the TV show Dynasty. I do love Magic Touch off Dynasty, by the way. That's great. That's a great little tie in there, Ernie. I like that.
Hold on now. I'm gonna go decorate my bed.
See,
like I decorated Joey's.
Ernie and I have become one.
Oh, jeez.
We're like the human centipede now. He gave it, and I took it. All right.
It is so strange that you talk about becoming one, because my next show does mention the Borg.
Hold on. Time out, Ernie.
Star Trek.
Time out. You're frozen. You completely froze on that. You got to start over.
Ernie didn't freeze. You froze, Joe.
Oh, you heard Ernie on that?
Yeah, you froze.
Oh, you and I didn't freeze on my end. All right, do it again, Ern.
All right. Well, what's that? No, I got to remember this again. It's pretty funny that you mentioned about me and you becoming one, because with the Borg,
Oh,
am
no.
I pronouncing it right? The Borg, from Star Trek.
Wait, or is it Ernest Borg 9?
Wait,
Well-
which Star Trek, Ernie?
I have to go with the original series. By the way.
All right, original Star Trek. Okay. There's no Borg in the original Star Trek, but I like.
I know, but there was no other way I could tie it in. I tie everything in.
Yeah, I know. I do know that now.
But come on, Star Trek. When I was a kid, anytime it was on, you had to watch it. It's part of my life.
Couldn't agree more.
It's the first reason I ever started staying up past my bedtime. Was because of Star Trek.
But it had to air at a regular time at one point. We were watching the reruns at like 12 at night or 12:30 at night.
Of course, Star Trek was the 60s. Star Trek was the 60s. It only aired for a couple seasons, and then it was canceled. So we're catching the reruns in the 80s again, late at night, right? Midnight, 11:30, right?
Yeah,
What time?
it was like 12:30 or
Yeah.
12 o'clock.
Channel 11.
Yeah, channel. Let me tell you something. Channel 11 growing up was the best. Honeymooners. I know Cheers was on later when it got a little bit later, in the years. But then we had Twilight, we had Star Trek, all that stuff was Channel 11.
Yep. And you had picks.
Yeah, and of course, like you said, Yankee games too on picks too, right?
Right.
Yeah, I didn't get that so much.
I can't argue with Star Trek. I mean, I've been a fan since I'm a little kid. Every time Star Trek came on, Star Trek to me is it's very Twilight Zone-y, some of those old Star Treks where
Yep.
you think it's going one way, and then by the end, the plot is completely somewhere else, which I loved.
Yes. Yeah, that's right about that. That's one of my favorite episodes with the Jack the Ripper. That was one of my
It was
favorites.
great.
Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, is there ever a better character than James T. Kirk? I mean, come on.
I was about to spit that out. I love William Shatner so much.
His vomit. I wouldn't mind cleaning up.
Oh, his vomit would be all different colors because of all the different aliens.
I don't think he had the intensity that Ernie had.
Thank you.
Ernie, that's some crazy vomit you have there.
Thank you, Captain. Yee!
Oh,
Ernie.
Photon torpedoes were coming out.
Ernie, I'm a doctor, not a painter. What's all this paint? All right. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna take one of your later ones, Ernie, just because you did it to me, and I'm not changing my order. But this is a show, I hate to admit it, Ernest introduced me to. Right around 1999 or 2000. I think that's when it aired. Still one of the greatest, most underrated shows in the history of television. It never got its due when it was on, and Ernie, I'm sure, will tell you the real story of why it didn't get its due, because what it was up against. But most people don't know of it. Freaks and Geeks.
It was listed top 20 TV shows of all time.
But it's funny, it got canceled one season, right, Ernie? And it didn't even, I don't even think it finished the first season, right? There were episodes that didn't air.
Yep.
But this show, I mean, just some of the names that were on this show: James Franco, Linda Cardinelli. What's the other big comedian? What's his name? Seth Rogen. I mean, the star-studded cast, all before they became superstars. Just it wasn't really a comedy. It wasn't really a drama. It was one of those in-between shows that maybe maybe the title nowadays maybe it would be more welcome, but back in the early 2000s. Freaks and Geeks wasn't a show you'd want to go to school and say you loved just because it was a weird title and stuff. And some of the storylines were very adult oriented, yet funny, very coming of age type of show with kids growing up in high school. Just every episode, absolute gold.
Wow. I never got into it. You guys were into it in the Hamptons.
Doctor, you would love this show. I mean, it's no Amish
gotta check it
Mafia,
out.
but it's I don't know if Bill or Sam, Ernie, rival Lebanon Levi, but they got some good characters in Freaks and Geeks too.
Oh,
Oh God.
I know Ernie's going to talk more about this show in a little while, so we'll move on. Come on, Doctor, number 3.
I don't have anything else. Let me see.
Dynasty's a real show. You could put Dynasty in there if you love
Well,
Dynasty.
no, well, I was really young. I was into it, but it would be All My Children.
Yeah.
All My Children. I was on the hook. I was on the hook for years until it went off air with Kelly Ripa, ending with that whole thing. But yeah, watched the whole thing. Not embarrassed to say it. I cried and laughed with them every day.
Listen, I never got into that just because how did you get into All My Children? Someone else was watching it, right?
My sisters.
Of course. Same thing with me.
Right.
So in my house, the soap opera that everyone watched was Days of Our Lives. So
Did your grandmother like Santa Barbara?
Yes, and Knots
My grandmother
Landing
used to watch
and
Santa
Dynasty,
Barbara.
all those. She loved all that stuff.
Right.
Yep. But Days of Our Lives was the soap opera in my house that everyone loved, and I used to watch it all the time with them.
I mean, Dynasty, I used to just tune in just for Sammy Joe. It was hot.
But you know what's funny? Now that I think about it, soap opera, like Days of Our Lives was on at 1:00 every day. When was All My Children on?
All My Children, 1:00.
No, but Days of Our Lives was a different channel. That's why All My Children was what?
Channel 7. Channel 7 was on.
Yeah, Days of Our Lives was NBC. Yours was ABC, right? So, but here's my question: how did you watch All My Children? How did I watch Days of Our Lives? Weren't we in school? How do we watch it?
I was out a lot.
Me too, obviously.
I was out a lot.
I know all the Days of Our Lives characters: Bo and Hope and Kyriakis, whatever the bad guy's name was. I remember all of it. How? How could it be?
I know them all. Bo, Hope, and Kyriakis, whatever the fuck his name is. I know them all. he got it. He knew the third one.
The bad Greek guy. I don't remember how his name was. No, Stefano was another guy, bad guy. I remember all of them. But there were no, like, we weren't. Did your sisters tape it like on VCR or something? VHS? No, my grandmother never did.
No.
They watched it live. Nobody did.
Yeah, I think a lot of times I never went back to school. I think I came home for lunch from Marine Park Junior High School. My father would be like, "You can stay home." My father was a lonely man. He was home. My mom went to work, so he liked the company. Like my mother's like, she'd come in the morning. I go, I'd be up with my father watching the Yankee game till 11:00 at night. Then I'd stay up. Channel 9 would go from 11 to Channel 9. Benny Hill from 11 to 11:30, and then I'd pretend I was too tired to get up in the morning.
And blame him.
My mom would come in. Come on, you got to go to sleep. You got to go to bed. You got to go to school. I'm like this. I don't feel well. Well, you better go ask your father if you can stay home.
Oh yeah.
My father smoking his pipe in bed. He goes, "Yeah, you can stay home." It wasn't very hard. Wasn't very hard.
I used to do the old shake the thermometer the other way. If anyone, the old thermometers, anyone knows, has what was it, like mercury inside of them, right?
Mercury, yeah. Mercury.
And it would go up to your temperature. It was, and to get it back down, you'd shake it back down. It works the same way, everyone, morons. You just shake it the other way. The needle used to go up. I used to shake it before my mother walked in the room, and she'd go, "Oh my God, Joey, you're 107." I said, "Oh, well, hold on a second. Check it again." "Oh, all right, you're 101. Yeah, you can stay home."
Why didn't you just hold it upside down for a little bit?
Do you think your mom was ever saying like, "All right, I'm gonna play along with this"? What a fucking joke.
She knew. I think she knew every time. She didn't give a shit.
Hey, do you remember in All My Children about a big wedding in this show, a huge wedding? Everybody
Ernie?
had to watch it.
There's been 1,000 big weddings in all these shows.
Who was it? Was All My Children the one with who's that actress that never won the Emmy and stuff? Susan Lucci?
Susan Lucci. Yeah.
Susan Lucci, yeah.
Was that All My Children?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the wedding Ernie you're talking about?
Erica Kane and Adam Chandler. They were married at one time.
Erica Kane. I remember the name now. But the big wedding that was in All My Children, the two characters, their names were Luke and Leia.
No,
No.
they were not.
That was General Hospital.
Oh, that was General Hospital?
General Hospital, 3:00 in the afternoon. I never watched it.
Yeah, I know you never watched.
No, because I didn't know. I remember this talk about Luke and this girl, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And it was like the biggest fucking thing that ever happened on TV. I mean, they blew the whole thing out. It was almost as big as when they shot JR.
I was just gonna say it. I remember, and I never watched Dallas, but I
Yeah,
remember.
never did either.
I remember as a kid, like that was a big. Oh my God, who shot JR was like the biggest thing on television, right?
People were betting
Yeah,
in the bars on this shit.
crazy.
Vegas was betting. I mean, it was crazy.
All right, Ern.
But
By
the
the way,
name
who's-
Luke and Leia don't mean anything to anybody here.
Of course it, but there was really Luke and Leia. That was their names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, really? They couldn't come up with something
General
better.
Hospital.
That's sacrilege. They're brother and sister. You know that. Come on, Ernie. What do you got, number 3? I have a feeling our next 3 might be real close.
I think you're gonna be upset that I chose this one. Buffy.
Who?
Go ahead. Finish the whole title, Ernie.
The Vampire Slayer.
Oh, Buffy.
I gotta tell you, I refused to watch this for so long that I'm
By
embarrassed.
the way, the actress who played Buffy the Vampire Slayer was Erica Kane's stepdaughter.
Yes, you know, it's right.
Whoa! Whoa! Okay. Wow!
Come on, Ernie. Let me hear about Buffy.
As I said, you tried to make me watch it for years. My wife tried to make me watch it for years. I said, no way. This is not for me. I finally gave it a chance last year because my daughter wanted to watch it. The show has changed my life.
Nice.
I am a different person than I was before I saw the show. It's changed me.
But you didn't throw up and shit in people's bedroom bathrooms. Buffy's changed your life so much.
Joey needed Buffy that night.
Oh God, did I need Buffy? I needed some kind of Slayer in that house that night.
Oh, you
Even
gotta say-
the band
say
Slayer, I would have taken.
You got to say Slayer the right way. Slayer.
Hello, Slayer. Oh. Well, I don't want to talk too much about this show because you might be hearing it from me later on, but God, what a great show this is. I know, same thing, Ernie. I tried to get my wife into this. I remember I was recording the first ZO2 album. So I late nights in the studio writing the record and recording the record, and Madeline and I had just started dating at that time. And she was bored and stuff, and she was at her apartment, and I remember I had the first season box set. I tried to get her to watch it, and she goes, I'm not watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And she's making fun of her name and stuff. I'm not watching this stupid show. I'm not gonna watch it. So I just left it like on top of the TV. I came home after recording one night, like 3 a.m. She's on the couch like this. She could not stop. She watched like 7 seasons in, I don't know, like 2 weeks. And those are like big seasons, like 25 episode seasons.
Yeah, but it ain't no Stranger Things garbage. It's a real deal.
You better stop naming shows, Ernie. You better stop it.
Sorry, whoops.
All right. My number 3.
By the way, my family comes to the hotel. I'm gonna have to get off. We're gonna move this quickly.
No, it's easy to chase people out of the house. Just start vomiting everywhere. It works. I saw it firsthand. The kids run screaming.
Look, I didn't even have paper to write on.
Is that toilet paper?
I found a CVS receipt. Not a joke. CVS.
Hold on. Please
Save the trees.
Save that for me. Save that so we can frame that in the top 5 with Joey Cassata museum when this is all said and done. Right, we can't have plastic bags, but we can have 90 pounds of receipts from CVS.
Save the trees. That's all I
All right, Ernie. My number 3. You just gave it away. The only reason this is not higher on my list and maybe even number 1 is because there aren't enough episodes in season. So TV today, especially with the streaming services, they're not like TV when we grew up. When we grew up, especially soap operas have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes. But even regular shows like Buffy, a season would be 20, 24, 25 episodes. So you'd really get your fill. My next show's from Netflix. God, I love this show. I just wish there was more episodes. But maybe that's some of the charm of it too, because it is shorter. Stranger Things. It's as close to the perfect show that I've ever seen. It really is. Like I said, the only thing that's bad about it is there's not enough of it. It might be my number 1. It's everything I want from a show. I love the kids aspect. I love it's the Goonies, Poltergeist, Stand By Me all in one. That's what the show is. And then you sprinkle a little Amityville Horror, Exorcist, and Freddy Krueger in there. And
All right, I gotta watch this.
Oh, it's the perfect show. It's exactly what I love. The kids play Dungeons and Dragons. They ride their bikes. They go to school. It's my life growing up. But then you have this sprinkle of all the supernatural and horror and thrillers in it. It's absolutely perfect. And Doc, you're a huge Winona Ryder fan. She's incredible in the show. Incredible.
I know. I'm on it. My daughter just on the boardwalk yesterday. We got her a Eddie shirt. It was Hell. What the hell is it?
Hellfire Club.
Hellfire Club, and it was the baseball shirt with the black sleeves.
Yeah, of
and
course.
everything. So she was happy as a pig in shit. 9 years old, running around. So she's getting compliments on it and
That's
everything.
amazing.
Walking around the beach. Yeah,
Doc,
I'm gonna get into it. Everyone else is watching it. I gotta catch up.
Not only is it all those things I said, but it takes place in the 80s. So everything you're watching, we were those kids growing up. We were the same age as them at the same time. It is.
Well, maybe not you.
Well, not me. I was like 3, but
You in the 90s, right?
no, if anything, I'm more their age. You guys are probably older than them. They're like, it's like 86 or 87. They're like 12, 13. That's exactly what I was around that time.
Yeah, agreed.
What's funny, Joe, is I have it on my honorable mention, and I mentioned 4 movies that make Stranger Things, and you just named a whole bunch of movies. Only one of them is on my list of all the movies. So it's
really
how I describe Stranger Things. Stand By Me is the only one of the 4. E.T., It, and Firestarter.
Yeah, but to me, the most perfect of all the movies that it's like is the Goonies. I think it is the Goonies. If you love the Goonies, which it's one of my favorite movies ever. It's so much like the Goonies, but just turned up a little bit more. It's not full comedy. It's more serious and it's more supernatural.
And what actor is in both Stranger Things and the Goonies?
What actor is in both? Who's in both?
Sean Astin.
Oh God, yes. I forgot. I always forget that he was in it. He wasn't in it that long. He's dead now. Doc, you trust me. Watch it. You'll binge watch this. You'll love this show. Love it.
All right, I'm on it.
They literally name the monsters that they're trying to fight D&D characters. They name them all out of the monster manual.
No shit.
Yeah. Because they don't know what else to call them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. I gotta check that out.
All right, Doc, back to you.
By the way, all right. Oh, what am I? Number 2?
Number 2. Where are you on the CBS
All
receipt?
right,
Let's
all
hold
right.
it up.
I might squeak through this one because. All right, number 2. I loved you. You brought up Netflix. Now this was I don't know if it was HBO. I forgot what it was, but Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah.
I freaking loved it. I loved it. I listen, The Sopranos. I would say The Sopranos, but I didn't. My wife was into it, so like I didn't get it till like the 6th season, and I thought it was amazing. And when I go back and watch it, but I never watched it in a whole, so I didn't put it on my list because I'm not that good with the series, but Sopranos is fucking amazing if you guys didn't have it. But yeah, Sons of Anarchy, it was up there. Freaking loved it. Loved everything about it.
I don't think I ever finished Sons of Anarchy. I watched at least 4 or 5 seasons, but I don't think I ever finished it. But Sopranos is on my honorable mentions. It's great, but it's not perfect all the way through. There were big lulls in the Sopranos. I watched it live, like from when it first started, and I would watch it every week. And I remember there were like a whole half of seasons where I was like, ugh, nothing is happening. I don't even like this show anymore. And then it would draw me back in, and then I would be out of it again. But
yeah, but Sons of Anarchy, you only got in 4 seasons?
No, yeah, for some reason, Sons of Anarchy, I didn't watch when it was on, but then I went back and watched it, I think on DVD, and I think I just never kept up with it. I did love it.
I watched it on Netflix, and I binge watched it.
How many seasons was it? Do you know?
God, it had to be at least 6, 7.
Yeah, I think you're right. But I don't. Yeah, I never finished it. Does it end? Don't give it away. But does it end well?
It's amazing.
Nice.
It's amazing. It really is.
Doctor, you know what show you would like? I just started watching it, but I don't love it right yet. I'm gonna just keep trying it. Vikings. It's basically Braveheart as a TV show. It's right along the same lines. You would really
I gotta
love it.
watch that. Colin's been yelling at me, but my nephew who moved to Arkansas, and I don't know who the hell moved
Wait,
to
whoa,
Arkansas.
whoa, 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 whoa. He lives in Arkansas right now?
He moved to Arkansas.
Why?
We're trying to figure this out. Most people leave Arkansas. He moved to Arkansas. So
Was he running away from something?
I don't know. I don't know. But what the hell is this? The greatest show of all time, medieval
Is it Viking? Oh, which one? Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
I don't want to give it away just in case it's on Ernie's list, but is it on your list, Ern?
No.
Okay. I loved Game of Thrones. I'm a big book reader. You guys know that. I started reading those books, hated the books. My brother tried to get me into them. He read all of those books. I tried reading them almost 20 years ago. Hated the writer. Never liked the character development. I liked the show. I didn't love the show. I liked it a lot. It's you'll love it, Doctor. It's Lord of the Rings, but way more adult oriented.
Wow, because I tried watching like 2 episodes late at night. That's when I get to watch when I'm at work or trying to get to sleep. Too many name drops.
Yes.
The first 2 or 3 episodes, I didn't know who the hell was who.
It's so fun. It's so funny you said that because when I read books, this book, George Martin wrote these books. When I read these books, one of my biggest complaints was that there was so many similar names,
Right.
and the characters was moving around so frequently that you couldn't latch on to any of them.
Right? Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I haven't gotten past episode 3. So I'm going to go back again and try again.
Not that Lord of the Rings didn't do the same thing. Sauron and Saruman and
Yeah, I know.
think about it.
Aragorn and Arathorn.
Right. Aragorn, son of Arathorn and son of Aramon, and it's like, oh. But
And his cousin throwing in my ass.
but you know what? I'll admit to it right now. Hated Lord of the Rings books. Didn't like them at all. Never. Actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. Hated The Hobbit. Lord of the Rings was better, but it was still a very hard read. Not a good read. Very slow, dragging, too many of these fantasy type terms and words and names. A very tough read, not an easy read.
Right.
You like those books, Ernie?
When I tried to read them, I think I was too young, and the names Aowen and Aowen and Eowyn.
Right. Forget it.
I couldn't remember think of what they're doing. But the George Martin books, I know you said you didn't like them that much, but you got to give him credit that he did that, and at the same time producing the Beatles albums is impressive.
Doctor, please help me. This is the
Well,
person
up
that
to
this is.
Wait, I have to say, because I'm not familiar with this work, his scope of work. I thought you were talking about George Martin. So Ernie had me going.
Oh, God. All right, I have the Vomit King and the guy who writes his list on CBS receipts. This is what I have to deal with.
Now, if they put the Vomit King in Lord of the Rings, I would read that.
He's the new villain and the new Lord of the Rings TV show, the Vomit King. Ernie. of the 9 fingers and the Vomit King. All right,
my
where the hell
God.
are we? Jesus Christ. All right, Ernie, number 2.
Okay, my number one and my number
There's
two
a
kind of
clamp.
interchangeable,
There's a-
here, but and I'm tempted to change them because you kind of named one of them, but I'm not going to change it. My number 2 was the Wonder Years.
Knew that was up there. Saw that.
I mean, I remember exactly where I was when I first saw the show. I was in Greg's house watching TV by myself, and I can't explain that actually. Now I think about how weird that is. That I was at my friend's house and my friend wasn't home, and I was watching TV over there. But I tell you that it
Maybe
was
that explains why you were at your friend's house and your family was home when you were thrown up in his bathroom by yourself.
Wait till Ernie,
maybe that's why I was there.
He's always by himself. You ever realize that?
Wait
He's
till
someone
I-
else's house.
wait till I get your wife. She's in big trouble.
It's a wonderful life.
But in the second episode, when Winnie's dead brother appears at his wake and starts yelling at Kevin, saying, "I can't believe you. You're at my wake, and all you could think about is jumping my sister's bones." Then he goes, "Guy after my own heart." And my brain was destroyed. My mind was blown that they could do that type of humor on regular TV. And this is 6th graders. They're kids in the 6th grade, and that's the type of humor they were going.
Yeah, but they had what season was that? They had enough clout that they could pull it off. What was it?
No, Ernie
How many
said that was early on. You said, Ernie,
Oh,
right?
that was episode 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, that is impressive. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but before Ernie stained my whole house, we actually talked about this the other day when he was at my house. I said for some reason, I don't know why, it seems like exactly the show that I should love. I never watched it. I have to watch the Wonder Years. I gotta binge watch these.
If you want me to come over and watch it with you,
Oh, hold on. Look at the time. I think, guys, let's wrap this up a little bit. I'm losing you. The internet's going down. See you next time, everybody. Never again.
Ernie, they've already sold the house and moved. Joey spent a lot of money in redecorating that room behind him. It
No,
looks insane.
that's
Every
no,
episode.
that's green screen behind me.
Oh, nice.
So, Ernie, tell me about the Wonder Years. When does it take place? It takes place in the 60s?
very early 70s.
Okay.
Very beginning of the 70s. It's hysterical. The father and the older brother are incredible characters. But the father never even talks hardly. All he does is grunt. It's just it's so funny.
I gotta watch it. It seems like
You
I
gotta
would
try it at
love
least,
this
yeah.
show. Yeah, no,
You gotta
it's just something I never got around to doing. I gotta watch it. Good pick. All right. My number 2 has already been named. It could really be my number 1. It goes back and forth. And I know it sounds ridiculous for people who are not fans of this show. It sounds ridiculous that how much we talk about how much we love it. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It is, again, it's the same type of thing with Stranger Things. It's high school, it's friends, it's relationships, it's all this crazy humor and teenage life. But yet it has this supernatural element to it where they tie it in so perfectly. It's so well done. It is. The characters on this show, you know, they had a spinoff, Angel. I never liked Angel as much. Angel was good, but the spinoff never worked as well because it didn't have the characters. These shows to me are all about the cast of characters. If I fall in love with the characters and care about them, I'll watch every episode, even if the storyline isn't great.
Did you ever see the movie?
Yeah, garbage. The movie has nothing to do with the TV show.
Well, I only bring that up because Ozzy's saying "Party with the Animals."
Like I said, pure garbage. No, but the movie had nothing to. And again, I think that's why people look down upon the TV show because it was based on a movie that flopped, kind of. Right, Aaron?
Yeah, but the TV show was a tiny bit of a sequel to the movie, where they actually mentioned that he used to be a cheerleader
at another school,
their old high school.
Yep, you're right.
So it kind of touches, like, almost jokingly, And I think Joss Whedon actually did the movie.
And for anyone who doesn't know, Josh Whedon wrote and directed Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then, he went on to he directed Infinity War by the Avengers. I think he did it. One of the Avenger movies he redirected some of the Justice League movie. He's like a big Hollywood guy now, Josh Whedon. And this Buffy was his first thing that he's ever done.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, Doctor, back around to you. We're going to do our number one TV show of all time. You've got a really dandy list here, worthy of a CVS receipt. Hold on, let me recap. Number 5, Monty Python's Flying Circus. Number 4, the Smash award-winning The Amish Mafia. Number 3, All My Children, starring Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Number 2, Sons of Anarchy, which was actually a great show. And your number 1 TV show of all time is...
I didn't watch it in real time, but I watched it when it came on Netflix. Everyone told me to watch it. And to me, it was the greatest piece of writing I've ever seen was Breaking Bad.
Great show.
And I mean, I've never seen writing that hung you every 16 minutes. Like you actually had to watch the next episode the way it left off.
Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant writing. There are flashbacks in it, how they went back, different points of view in the writing. It was fantastic. I never saw writing like that done. I thought it was actually brilliant. Like I said,
Jesse.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Jesse.
So Ernie, you've watched it then?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Joey. I love it.
I mean,
I'm gonna explain in a little while why a couple of these shows didn't make my list. It's because there's a bunch of them that kind of cancel each other out, but they're all great.
Yeah.
But they all scratch the same itch.
Yeah.
Sopranos, Wire, Breaking Bad, but Breaking Bad is great. It's great.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy never won an award because Breaking Bad was the one that was
Right.
runner-up to every year. And that's what I wanted to say earlier. When I watched Sons of Anarchy, was only after I watched Breaking Bad. And then I said, okay, what's this other show that was always runner-up?
Right. Oh, that's funny.
And I said, oh, shit, let me check this out. And the only reason, it's like being the greatest boxer of all time, greatest tennis player of all time. It depends on when you're the greatest.
Yeah.
If one other guy is better than you, then you won't have any championships.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's true. I love Breaking Bad too. Incredible show. Even the sequel, Better Call Saul, is great too.
Yeah,
But
love it all.
I never watched it live either when it was first airing. It was something when I heard the storyline concept of a teacher meth dealer or whatever the hell. I was like, this sounds ridiculous. I had no desire to watch it. And then I don't even know why. I think I had nothing to watch. And I hear, oh, this is the greatest show ever. And I watched it very reluctantly, like, oh, let me see this greatest show ever. And, I got to tell you, it was great.
Yeah. And anytime they could take someone who's selling drugs and the type of drug that he's selling, and you root for that person, That is amazing writing. I mean, that's like rooting for Darth Vader, which we all have.
Yes,
we all have. There were times when we did, and that's just great writing.
Perfectly said. Perfectly said. How are we rooting for this guy who's dealing drugs and cooking meth? But you're so right. He kills someone, and you're still rooting for him.
Yeah. Crazy.
Great.
I got to tell you, my kids watched it with me, and he's a chemistry teacher doing crystal meth. And my kid said, "What if I was a math teacher? Would it be crystal meth?" That's my kid's joke.
Yeah, I like it.
Your kid's joke. Okay, that's not that bad.
You mean the kids that left you at my house?
The kids you gave the stomach virus to, who've been sick for 3 days.
Oh, when I heard it was a stomach virus, you got to understand, I was covered in this juice. Covered. I said, well, obviously I'm getting it. So I'm prepping, the family's being prepped for the stomach virus. I already had to. I was supposed to go away for my anniversary last month. We both got COVID. We couldn't go away. I'm going away again this week. We're leaving again. And I said, oh, Jesus Christ. The stomach, we're all going to be sick again. We can't leave again. But as of right now, unless we find some hidden vomit behind the toilet bowl, we're okay.
Just make sure the hotel you go to has his and her sinks. You both can throw up at the same time.
Come on, Ernie. We're up to your number one. Let's recap. Number 5, Twilight Zone. Number 4, Star Trek. Number 3, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Number 2, The Wonder Years. And your number 1 TV show of all time is, I definitely know this.
It's Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Just believe it or not, it stole a lot of Wonder Years ideas. And I only know that because I watched the Wonder Years recently with my daughter all the way through. And there's a lot of stolen stuff from the Wonder Years. But Freaks and Geeks is simply more hysterical. And it's got a bunch of nobodies like James Franco, Seth Rogen, Jason Segel. I mean, they were nobodies. They weren't even actors. They were kids off the street at that time. I mean, that's lightning in a bottle if I've ever heard of it.
Well, it is and it isn't. It's brilliant casting and writing. Whoever built that show, who's the writer again?
Apatow.
Judd Apatow. So this is much like Josh Whedon with Buffy. This is Apatow's first thing. What did he do after this, Ernie? Tell the people.
40-Year-Old Virgin, Anchorman, Knocked Up, Superbad. Every comedy from the 2000s that was big.
Yep. It's incredible that his first thing was so brilliant, and it just didn't take off. And what's the theory, Aaron? Why wasn't Freaks and Geeks a big hit?
Well, I read too much crap about this, so I know. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire happened at the exact same moment, and nothing could beat that. That show.
You remember the phenomenon that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was?
Absolutely, it was insane.
Every family in America was watching it together.
I'm not even into math. I can't fucking stand it. Unfortunately, my business relies on it. But
Mine too.
it bores the shit out of me. And you sit there for 2 episodes, you realize it's just a fucking math equation. The guy up in the office is just doing the law of averages and the numbers left and what's left. You know, I mean, people were so dumb thinking like this guy was just a hustler up there.
No, you're thinking of the wrong. Wait, is he thinking of the wrong show, Ernie? You're thinking of Deal or No Deal.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
But hold on. Deal or No Deal was also a very big phenomenon. That was the next big one.
It was.
But
yes,
you're right.
Was. That was the next one. Yes. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Yes. With Regis.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
Regis.
Regis
Right.
Feldman was right. Yeah. Okay, I got you. I'm back on track. I'm here. I'm back.
Wrap the CBS receipt around your head.
Would any TV show had a chance at that time?
No way.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the truth. I didn't watch Freaks and Geeks live. Did you watch it when it first aired, Ernie? Oh, this is great.
Yes, I did watch it. Believe it or not.
What made you watch it? Oh, this is awesome.
I used to study the TV guide. And if some new show and the critics are saying this must be watched and all that, the TV guide, a little big article,
yeah,
a big box. That's what I would look for.
But it's true. It got buried. The ratings must have been terrible. What network was it on, Ern?
Channel 4.
NBC, really?
By the way, my wife walks in right now with the kids, and I got this around my head.
Your mother-in-law's going to hit you in the head with a frying pan.
Yeah, you're really. There's no frying pans yet, thank God.
All right, we're up to my number 1. Let me recap. Number 5, Twilight Zone. Number 4, Freaks and Geeks. Number 3, Stranger Things. Number 2, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And my number 1 TV show of all time. It's so funny. This show, when it first started, I wanted nothing to do with it because it was technically a spinoff of a show Ernie mentioned earlier. And I'm talking about Star Trek: The Next Generation. When I first heard this was coming on, I said, what a bunch of garbage. Riker looked just like Kirk, I thought. I didn't know Picard was the captain and all this stuff. I never even gave it a chance. I didn't watch the first 2 or 3 seasons. Then same thing repeats. I started watching it and absolutely fell in love. This show took what Star Trek was and times it by 1,000. The writing, the characters. Listen, I know it's not Kirk, but everything else about this show was better. And if you want me to choose, I take Picard over Kirk. I know it's an age-old argument. Picard is the better captain. Kirk is a nut and a womanizer, and I love it. I love him for it. But Picard is the ultimate captain. It's the
I don't know
ultimate
anything
crew.
about this, but who's Picard's second officer?
Riker. Riker's
so if I
basically
tell
more
you-
like Kirk.
Kirk, Spock, Picard, Riker. Who's the better command now?
That's tough because I'm not a big Riker fan, but I'm still gonna go. I go Picard, Riker over Spock and Kirk.
Wow.
Spock and Kirk are gonna argue a little bit, and Picard and Riker, I think, are just gonna solve the issues better. And Kirk is gonna be drinking, and Spock's gonna be telling him how it's illogical.
And if Star Trek came down with COVID on board, and you had Bones, and you had the other doctor.
Well, Bones killed more people than he
Bones,
saved.
you're dead,
So
you're dead. You're dead. You never saved
Jim,
anyone, you're right.
he's okay. Wait, hold on, he's dead.
No,
He's dead, Jim.
He's dead, Jim.
He's dead,
Bones,
Jim.
stop flashing that thing over him. You're killing everybody.
Keep that thing away from me.
Scotty,
No, but-
tackle him. Get that thing away from him.
Again, Star Trek, The Next Generation, it's like Buffy. It had, 24, 25 episodes per season, 7 seasons, went on to have 3 or 4 incredible movies. If there was a perfect television show, this is it. Yeah, it had some clunker episodes. But if Stranger Things is so perfect because it's only 8, 9, 10 episodes a season. If Star Trek took all their best episodes in every season and made 10 episode seasons, it's perfect. It would be perfect. So I gotta go Star Trek.
Very nice.
All right, let's do some honorable mentions. Duke, what do you got?
Got to go back as a kid, I guess. Gilligan's Island, Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, but again, those are sitcoms.
All right, so I'm not going to order them. I
don't know if the Dukes. Yeah.
Duke's a sitcom too. Gilligan's Island is exactly what
it's
a
an
sitcom
hour
is.
long. Dukes of Hazzard is an hour long.
No, is Duke's an hour, Ernie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duke's might not be then because A-Team's not, stuff like that's not that's regular.
Yeah, Friday night, 9:00, Channel 2. It's 10:00.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duke's
Thank you, Ernie.
wouldn't. Yeah, you're right. Then Duke's is not a sitcom. Gilligan's is 100%
Hold on,
a sitcom.
Let me rewrite it.
Rewrite it. What the hell kind of marker are you even using? What the? Oh, pen. All right. What else? Anything else?
No. I don't have much. I didn't have
Ernie?
much time to prep for this one.
How Hazard County is the worst infrastructure. The roads are so bad.
And how does a sports car outrun everyone in the dirt? It just doesn't happen.
Well,
That's
here
like
we
me
go.
taking my Z28 back in the day out in the snow and outrunning a pickup.
Hold on. We're gonna jump the 3-inch little thing.
In slow motion.
You could just drive right over it with your
Go
wheel. It's so small.
It's fucked up when you drive around a town and none of the bridges are finished.
And there's always a ramp right in front of front of the hall, and to make them go up.
Yeah, could you imagine New York City during rush hour if they had these half ramps?
Just see
Cars
car.
be flying like this. Just be leaping each other. It'd be crazy. It'd be
Fifth
like,
Ave, Times Square would be epic.
it would just be amazing.
Oh God, that's a little animated short right there.
There's just cars flying
Oh.
around. More cars flying in the air than on the ground.
Ernie, what do you got? Honorable mentions.
You guys ever heard of a show called Friday Night Lights?
Oh yes, it's up there for my great show. You introduced me to that too, I think, Ern.
The beautiful stuff.
What
How
is this?
about,
Because I saw this on the when I was going through trying to rip off shows.
Duke, you'd like this too.
It's
Hold on.
It's a show about everything, really. And then there's somebody save me, Smallville.
Wait, no, wait, hold on. So with Friday Night Lights, don't go on yet. Doc, Friday Night Lights, it's so funny.
This got like really high ratings. I'm not
It's a
joking.
it's a football TV show about high school football in Texas, which is, you know,
wait a minute.
obviously
I saw the movie.
Yes, it's based off the movie.
Oh,
but-
it's based off the movie.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
It's
Now
the
I know
same.
where we're
It's the
going.
same concept, but it's.
Gotcha.
I saw the movie too. I like the TV show much better. Same type of deal.
Okay, gotcha. I know where we're going now.
Yep,
All right.
great show. Go ahead, Ern.
I was also going to mention Smallville. It's
Yeah.
just was real important. It just it started all this superhero stuff.
It really did. You know
And then,
that.
Well, I was talking about this before. Like, there's a whole bunch of shows that I'm not mentioning, and that's just because they kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah.
Sopranos, The Wire, Breaking Bad, The Shield,
Shield was great.
Lost, 24. All of these shows, they scratch the same inch, same inch. So they I can't put one above all the others.
I hate to agree with my nemesis, vomit nemesis, but I got to agree with you. All that stuff, they're all great in their own right, but you're so right that there's 24 especially comes to mind. The end of every episode of 24, I was like this, and I have to watch the next episode, panicking what's going to happen next. But you're right, they're very similar, not in storylines, but the way the stories are told in these shows. But all of them in their own right are epic, but it's hard to choose one of them over the others.
So it would be fair to say that, because I never watched 24, but I know 24 was way out long before Breaking Bad, that they actually broke the groundwork on that cliffhanger, like into every episode, right? 24 was the one first.
Not only is it a cliffhanger, it literally goes, 24 it's 24 episodes in real time, an hour an episode.
Right.
So the cliffhanger leaves you off the next second.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That, Doc, if you liked Breaking Bad and stuff, 24, it starts to get a little crazy towards the end, but I know you're a big Kiefer Sutherland fan too.
Yeah.
What a great show, especially the first few seasons when you don't know what you're in store for. You know, the formula started to get played out a little bit towards the end of the seasons because it was the same. You could only be like this for so long.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Gotcha.
it was great.
Chloe, get that grit up.
Oh, Chloe's might be I was just talking about Chloe with my wife before. Chloe might be the reason why I stopped watching it. She always had this face on.
But
She
you
was
know,
always like this.
but you realize why I named my GPS Chloe. Look what her job was.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, I didn't know your GPS was Chloe.
Yeah.
Chloe, find me a bathroom. I got to shit.
Oh, wait, get me a sink. I got a shit and you. I need a sink.
Quick, take me to Joey's house. I'm not going to make it. I got to shit everywhere.
Chloe, I got to chop up this body. I need a sink.
Stuff in it. And my sink in my bathroom downstairs is a tiny little sink. You can't imagine what this. Oh my God.
I can see the shot. Like a guy panicking, running the bathroom. He looks at the toilet, looks at the sink, looks at the toilet, looks at the sink, and chooses the sink.
No, but as he's looking back and forth, he's spraying. He's spraying as he's going back and forth.
I was vomiting before I even got in the bathroom, let alone to the sink.
Slaughtering pigs, everyone. That's the sound. To go to sleep to a sound of slaughtering pigs.
Let me get this straight. In your house, in your world,
Yeah.
your end of the galaxy, do you shit in the sink and wash your face in the toilet? Is that how it goes? I'm just curious.
You want to know what it sounded like? It sounded like I woke up with a horse's head in my bed.
No, what are you doing washing your face in the sink? Use the toilet, all right? When you walk to the bathroom, what are you doing sitting on the toilet? Get that ass in the sink. What are you doing?
My plumbing.
I'm too short for that.
I know. Listen, I know there's a lot of plumbers probably watching this and listening to it. I don't care if it destroyed my pipes. I took bleach and I poured it everywhere. Everywhere. I had to melt everything.
It's
All right, a couple of my honorable mentions before we get back to the vomit.
No.
You guys remember the original V?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
When V was on.
Freddy Krueger was on that, wasn't he?
Yeah, of course. That was my first hang on show. Like, oh, I gotta watch next week. When the miniseries was on, that was a big epic event for me.
That's pretty cool.
I know this is a cheesy one, but as a kid, Land of the Lost was one of my favorite shows ever. Quantum Leap was a big show for me. There was a show.
It's pretty funny. I made fun of Chaka my whole life. Now my forehead resembles it. So it's like
Chaka. Nobody knows this show, but it was very much like Quantum Leap. I love the sci-fi stuff. Sliders. You guys ever watch Sliders, Ernie?
I never even watched Quantum Leap, so no, I definitely watched Sliders.
Great show.
anything leaping and sliding, I have not up on.
Another great show. It's about traveling to different dimensions and stuff like that. Again, I love all the sci-fi
Quantum
stuff.
Leap, the TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
That's what we're doing now. Best TV shows. Quantum, hold on. The Twilight Zone. Wait, you mean the TV show? Oh, I know that one. Let me put that on my list.
You're a dick. Being a dick. Ernie. I'm glad you threw up in the sink.
All right, I guess I gotta go do some more cleaning upstairs. It's not all out yet. I gotta go.
This is real special. This is really nice. It was good. First, I can't believe my wife and kids probably went home to Pennsylvania with the car and left me here.
Please tell them this story. Please repeat this story as much as you can. Doc, I know you know everyone from the old neighborhood, all the old Ernemites. Tell them all this story. Spread this story that Ernie's legacy is living on to today. It's not just when he was a kid or his teenage years or 20s. He's still doing this to this day.
I feel terrible.
Anyone out there, we have a new top 5 t-shirt coming out. Yes, it's Ernie. It's real Ernie vomit built into the threads of the shirt, much like the old Kiss comic book. I've scooped up some of Ernie's vomit. I sent it to the Amazon printing plant, and we're gonna just print it right into the t-shirts. It's gonna be amazing. You can get those. You can get them. You can get them on Amazon.com. Send us your emails at top5withjoeycassata@gmail.com, and let us know what you think of Ernie's story. What should I have done differently? What could have his wife done differently? You tell us.
No.
Any last words, boys?
Yeah, I got to go brush my teeth in the toilet and shit in the sink. And call it a night.
Ernie, any last apologies?
We got a Patreon yet or what?
Well, you know what? What's our offer on Patreon this week, Ernie? If we have signups.
Oh, if we can't do Patreon, I got Venmo.
Listen to me.
I think they just got a GoFundMe page for Joey's bathroom. That's right there.
Yes, a new GoFundMe. Please send your money to top5withjoeycassata@gmail.com. 1-800-777 Vomit Way, New Jersey. Ernie, well, you know what? I will say, Ernie and his lovely family did send me a beautiful gift basket from Pastosa Pork Store to make up for the massacre, 4th of July massacre at my house. They sent me a lovely salami and provolone. The provolone weirdly smells like Ernie's vomit, but I do appreciate the offer. It was beautiful. We've been eating it all week, and hopefully it doesn't come back up.
I think a cleaning lady would have been more appropriate.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm not even joking. My wife almost burned down the house, Ernie. You know how she is with germs.
It's nothing I can say.
Listen, you know your favorite story of mine. I'm sick, you asshole. I was expecting that to come out.
The best is I wasn't allergic to anything. I actually had contagious bacteria. I was feeling that. That's even better. That's when things go from worse to even worse. Like, what do you mean? I'm just cleaning up. Yeah, no, I actually have this rare bacteria that.
No, yeah. Oh, I get everyone sick. You'll be all right.
Only 10 people in the world can get, and I had it. Isn't that funny?
I don't know how you didn't believe me that I had a stomach flu. I showed you in the sink yes, I saw them crawling around in the vomit.
Oh God.
Jeez.
All right, everyone.
Jean
We're back.
Louise.
Aren't you glad we're back? I hope you enjoyed this episode. We will see you next time.
Mwah. Love you guys. Love yous all. Be safe.